Hi everyone, it's Michaela. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Today we are going through my January reset routine. So today we are going over my December and a monthly reflection, looking back on all of my goals, see what I achieved and didn't achieve. We're going to go through my January goals, everything I want to accomplish in the coming month. We are also going to do my current favorites from December, as well as my long-term 2024 goals. So I'm doing this so midway through the year, right about July, we can start looking back on those, kind of doing like a mid-year check-in and seeing how much of those goals I have accomplished. My beverage of choice for this video is a blue grind thing from The Grind here in Juneau. Essentially, it's just a Blue Lotus with a bunch of random flavors. I have really been into just letting them make whatever they want to make, and it's pretty good. Today, I am tasting some pear. It's pretty good. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's get this reflection going. Just like in my December reset, I'm going to scoot over so I can put it up on the screen. I have my December goals here listed out, so we are basically going to go through them and see what I accomplished and what I didn't accomplish. Starting off with the personal category, I did not read 3 books. I really have read 1.5. I finished 1 book off of my to-be-read list, and I am halfway through a different book that was actually not on my to-be-read list, so I did not accomplish that. Stay in routine, I guess you can say maybe I did. I mean, I didn't really go to the gym all that much this month. It was kind of a weird month with my trip and just a weird time at work and a weird holiday time. So I guess you can say I did because I did like laundry, dishes, etc. So we can mark that as I stayed in a routine. It really wasn't the routine I wanted to stay in, but I did stay in some sort of a routine. And lastly, have a solo date day. I did not accomplish this. Like I said, this was just a very busy month. And also, if I'm being honest, I had a lot of seasonal depression this month. When I moved up to Juneau, I was diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and seasonal adjustment disorder. So I've been going through it this past month. December and January and February are always really hard months for me mentally because my anxiety is just really high, depression's a little bit higher, and just that seasonal adjustment disorder and seasonal depression. I live somewhere where it's dark a lot longer than it is light, so December through February are always really hard months for me. So we can safely say I did not do that. So I did not do too hot in my personal category, but I'm not going to beat myself up for this. Number one, December was the first month that I had goals written down. So going through and actually meeting these goals and being able to check them off is a new thing for me. So hopefully next month, at the end of January, I will be able to cross off a lot more goals. Health and wellness. Work out 6 days a week. I did not do that. I did not go to the gym at all this month, which sucks because my gym is very expensive. So I really should utilize that more. Eat mostly at home. You know, we did do a much better job this month than the previous months eating at home. We did eat out. If you guys watched my December reset, I did not put a limit as to eat at home 6 days a week or 5 days a week because sometimes we go out with our friends and I don't really want to have that much restriction on there. But we did do a pretty good job of eating mostly at home. And lastly is work on my binge eating. It did get a little better. So I'm going to cross it off because it did get a little better, but I'm hoping to continuously improve that in January. Next is the finances. So the first one is pay off credit cards and keep them that way. That I did do. I was able to pay off all of my credit cards, and now there are just like basic everyday groceries, gas, etc. My goal for this year is to just put everything that I can afford on the credit card so I can get points. I don't want to have $800 or $900 or even $1,000 credit card payments anymore. So I'm happy that I was able to pay those off and keep them that way. Lastly, build my savings by at least 1K. Since I paid off all my credit cards. It ended up being a little bit more than I initially anticipated, and then I had to buy Christmas gifts and whatnot. So I did build my savings, but not by $1,000. So I cannot check that off, but I did build my savings, just not by the 1,000 like my goal was. Moving on to social media. The first goal was post 3 times a week on YouTube. After I post this video tomorrow, I will have hit that goal. So I'm going to be able to cross that off. I am so proud of myself. It made it really easy with the amount of Disney videos that I had, but I was really proud of myself for sticking to that while also working a 7 to 4 full-time job. And then the next one is hit 4K subscribers. I also hit that. I am really happy about that. And I cannot wait to hit 5,000 subscribers so we can do a giveaway. So social media, I hit both goals that I set for myself, and I am really proud of it. The last category is my to be read category. The only book off of this list that I read is A Cross Country Christmas. I read that pretty quickly when I did read it. I finished it while I was at Disney World, and I could not get into Wreck the Halls. I did not like that book, and I didn't even try Winter in Paradise. With my depression and anxiety, I just wasn't in the Christmas mood, or at least not as much as when I made this to be read list, so I didn't really want anything to do with any more Christmas books. Right now I am currently reading Mile High, so that wasn't on my to be read list, but it is definitely out of my comfort zone. It's definitely the first like romance, I guess it's called like smut book that I've read, but I'm about halfway through that, so when I finish it I will give you guys my thoughts about that. Those were all of my December goals. I would say I did okay. I honestly did better than I expected, so good on me. But now we are going to move on to my January goals. I kept the categories pretty similar. So first is the personal category. First is to read 2 books. I brought it down from 3 to 2 just to be a little more realistic. And I am also not including a to be read list on this reset because I steered away from books that were on my to be read list, and I don't want to feel obligated to read those books. I do have a really long to be read list on GoodNotes, so, or not GoodNotes, GoodBooks, Goodreads, what's that app called? Goodreads. So hopefully I can pull off of those this month and read some books off of there. Next is get a library card. So I found out that if you have a library card, you can connect it to an app called Libby and get ebooks for free. So that is my goal for January, is to get a library card for a library here in Juneau. Next is have a solo date day. I really loved doing these when I lived down in California. I did so many things by myself. So I think I'm still going to include that on my goals list just to really accomplish that. And then lastly is no by January. This is a new concept to me. If you know me in real life, I have packages coming like every single day. So this is gonna be really hard, but the rules are no new clothes, and the second rule is only necessary things. So like if my car breaks, I'm obviously going to spend money to fix that. If I need to get my snowboard waxed again, I'm obviously going to spend money to get that done, but I don't need new clothes or a new hat or anything unnecessary. So obviously food and the basic life necessities that you need do not fall into this category, but I'm really going to try to not eat out a lot, like no buying coffee from, no more of these. This is my last one for the month, so I gotta cherish it. But basically no new clothes and no unnecessary things. Moving on to health and wellness, I want to work out 5 days a week instead of 6. 6 is just really daunting, and 5 just sounds a lot better. I don't have to worry about working out on my weekends. Next is snowboard at least once a week. Me and my best friend typically go once a week, so that will hit the mark there, but I might want to try and go on my long lunch. At my job, I'm able to take a 2-hour lunch, and I work like 15 minutes from the snowboarding area. So I wanted to put twice a week, but I didn't want to reach that far. So at least once a week, because I did the math. If I go once a week, I will break even on my pass. So snowboarding once a week. And next is eat at home 80% of the time. This is just another goal to branch off of my December goal as well. Moving on to finances. I only have one goal for my finances, and that is build my savings as much as possible. I'm not putting a number on it because I did not do well with that last month, but in terms of my savings, I want to build for vacations this year, our house fund, and an emergency fund. Everything just goes into one big savings account, but I kind of want to start keeping track of how much I have more diligently for each of these 3 different categories. The last goal category is social media. Now, I only have one goal here, and it is post on YouTube 2 times a week. And I brought it down from 3 because that was a lot and it took a lot out of me mentally. But 2 times a week, I don't want to really set a day, but if I had to set days, it would be Thursdays and Sundays is kind of what I've planned out for this month. But it could be Saturday, Sunday, it could be Friday and Monday, but I want to post at least 2 times a week. Now that we have gone through all of my short-term January goals, I really want to go through my 2024 goals. Now, these are goals that are a little bit more long-term and that are scattered throughout the year, but I have a good amount of them I was able to come up with. So the first one is buy secondhand as much as possible. So I have really been loving eBay lately. I rediscovered it. Me and my brother lived on eBay when we were kids. I got this vest from eBay. I got LL Bean fleece line jeans from there, and they were like $30. So buy secondhand as much as possible, except January, because we're not buying any new clothes in January. But after January, buy secondhand as much as possible, just to be a little better for the environment. This could also be like Patagonia worn wear or anything that's not brand new. So I got a lot of options there. This next one is visit 6 national parks. So we have 2 vacations planned this year so far, or 3, I guess. 3 vacations planned this year so far where we would visit 6 national parks. And those parks are Channel Islands, Denali, Wrangell St. Elias, Katmai, Kenai Fjords, and Glacier Bay. Visiting national parks is a goal that both me and Nick share. We want to visit all of them in the entire United States. So marking 6 off would be a really great chunk to chip out of in 2024. Next is grow our house fund. 2024 is the year that I want to be able to have enough money to put a down payment on a house. So that is a huge goal this year. Next is explore the mountains of Juneau. I've summited maybe 1 or 2, and there's so many handfuls of them all around Juneau. So this summer, I really want to get into backpacking and hiking more and really just explore the beautiful mountains that are in my backyard. Our next goal, and these goals are relatively both me and Nick's goals since we live together, our finances are together, but it is get him a new car. He needs a new car very, very bad. So that is a huge goal of ours for 2024. And then we have continue to grow my social media platforms. I don't know how much I will grow. I don't really have a goal for that because that's kind of out of my hands. It's more of who's watching my content and who either follows or subscribes to me. But just keep up with them. Post 2 times a week whenever I post a new video. Post an Instagram post along with it. Keep up with my YouTube, Instagram, and my TikTok. And just be more present on my social media platforms. And last, but definitely not least, is land at least 1 sponsorship. I would love to land a sponsorship with an outdoor brand for TikTok or for Instagram. So crossing my fingers that we can make that happen in 2024. The last category of my January reset is going to be my current favorites. These are just things that I have loved throughout the month. It could be YouTubers. Anything that I have loved is on this list. Number 1 is Grey's Anatomy. I started Grey's back up again. I don't exactly remember the date, but I'm already on season 7. So I just got past the shooting scene, which I've seen that scene like 5 times and it still gives me anxiety every damn time I watch it. But that is definitely a comfort show of mine. It's something that I can have in the background and not have to worry about watching because I already know what's going to happen. I also started The Act by, I don't know who produced it, but it's the story of Gypsy Rose. So it is trending on Hulu right now because she got out of prison like 2 days ago. So I decided to watch it, and that's okay. Definitely not one of my favorites, but Grey's Anatomy is my favorite TV show of December. I have 2 favorite YouTubers, and they are Brianna Tata and Carter Sullivan. I just really love the relatability that their channel brings. I talked about this, I don't remember which video, but so many YouTubers are just so unrelatable now, and I don't enjoy watching them. So both of these girls work 9-to-5 corporate jobs. They both have like lives outside of YouTube. So I've loved watching them and watching their channels grow. And they both post really nice Disney content, which I love watching as well. Bagels and cream cheese. I'm actually gonna make one after this video because that sounds freaking amazing right now. But I know people talk about this on social media all the time where you like hyperfixate on foods, and a lot of people's hyperfixation is bagels and cream cheese. I rediscover them once every couple months, and then that's all I eat for like a month straight. So I'm really enjoying my bagels and cream cheese right now. And then lastly is eBay. So like I said earlier in the video, I have kind of rediscovered eBay, and I got this Carhartt Sherpa lined fleece vest. I got my LL Bean pants. I got a Patagonia fleece. I've gotten Patagonia baggies, a crew neck, and I have just gotten so much on there, and it's amazing because you can find super great deals on there, and it's secondhand, so it's better for the environment. That was everything I am including in my January reset video. I tweaked a couple things from my December reset video, and I'm really excited to get in the groove of making these videos every month and kind of finalize a different list of categories that I want to include every month. So we will see how it changes for my February reset. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, give this video a big thumbs up. And while you are down there, make sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below as well, so we can grow the happy little corner of the internet we have here on my channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!